We wanted to break it down and try and work out, how could we add something that was going to create action, create positivity, create energy towards actually solving some of these problems? Prince William has been at the center of a storm lately, one that's left Queen Camilla in tears and reignited the legacy of Princess Diana like never before. Decades after her tragic passing, Diana's influence refuses to fade, and now it's fighting back in ways no one saw coming. But how does this involve Camilla? And what does it mean for her future in the monarchy? Join us as we delve into this bombshell revelation and how it could shape the future of the royal family, the title debate on the surface. The royal family presented a unified front when Queen Elizabeth announced that Camilla would become Queen Consort. The public was led to believe this was a decision embraced by all key members of the monarchy. However, away from the carefully curated image of harmony, the reality was far more complex behind doors. Prince William harbored serious reservations about Camilla's elevation in status, and his resistance ran much deeper than ordinary protocol for Prince William. This was personal. It was about his mother, the late Princess Diana. Her famous words about wanting to be the queen of people's hearts resonated deeply with him. And the idea of Camilla officially taking a title that once seemed destined for Diana was something he struggled to accept. Palace insiders reported that private discussions on the matter were far from smooth. Prince William reportedly questioned whether the public was truly prepared to embrace such a significant shift. His hesitation was about legacy memory and public sentiment. Even after decades, Princess Diana's presence still remained strong, and many still viewed Camilla through the lens of the scandalous betrayal. The emotions surrounding this issue ran high, and it wasn't just William who had concerns, senior royal. Advisors found themselves in the difficult position of mediating between different perspectives, ultimately leading to what many described as an uneasy compromise, rather than a wholehearted agreement. As the date for King Charles's coronation approached, the cracks in the royal family's image became more difficult to conceal. No amount of royal pretense could fully disguise the underlying tensions. In spite of the outward appearances of unity, insiders began leaking details about Prince William's secret efforts to reshape Camilla's role in the historic event. His influence was subtle yet significant, and his careful maneuvering was designed to maintain tradition, while strategically minimizing Camilla's prominence. Reports emerged of intense debates over the smallest details, from the procession order to the placement of chairs. Prince William was reportedly insistent on ensuring that the focus remained on the direct line of succession. One of the key changes attributed to his influence was the reduction of her speaking roles and the careful orchestration of official photographs. The adjustments were executed with precision, seamless enough to appear natural to the public, but obvious enough within palace circles to send a clear message. Public events further highlighted the tensions between Prince William and Camilla, while official statements and carefully staged photos attempted to project unity. Body language experts and royal watchers quickly picked up on signs of constant strain. Prince William's interactions with Camilla in public were noticeably distant observers. Noticed how William consistently ensured that Catherine stood between him and Camilla during official photo calls. His interactions with her were often brief, avoiding direct addresses whenever possible. At the Commonwealth Day service, the cameras caught some unusual moments. Prince William maintaining a deliberate physical distance, minimal eye contact, and positioning himself closer to Catherine whenever Camilla was nearby. These micro-expressions of discomfort became a subject of fascination for experts who pointed out the patterns that had developed over time. The lack of warmth in their public exchanges was evident, and it didn't take long for tabloids to seize upon the visual evidence beyond titles and formalities, a quieter but equally powerful form of distancing was taking place. Prince William and Catherine reportedly began planning the quiet and deliberate exclusions of Camilla from key family events. These weren't grand public spectacles, but deeply personal moments. Intimate celebrations, children's birthdays, and private family gatherings that later found their way into carefully curated social media posts and royal press releases. What made these exclusions particularly striking was their seamless execution. Camilla was never outrightly uninvited, but somehow scheduling conflicts always seemed to arise when significant milestones occurred in Prince George's school life. Camilla often found herself committed elsewhere. The pattern did not go unnoticed among palace staff, many of whom whispered about the unspoken strategy. The message was both clear and undeniable. While Camilla held the title of Queen Consort, gaining access to the future king's inner circle was another matter entirely. The deliberate distance was a reminder that her place within the family, at least in William's eyes, was not without limits. The art of royal scheduling became one of the most refined tools of avoidance palace calendars, painted a revealing picture. Prince William systematically declined joint appearances with Camilla whenever possible. Insiders from the palace scheduling office described how Williams's team skillfully created scheduling conflicts that ensured he and Camilla were rarely seen together in smaller, more intimate settings when joint appearances were unavoidable. The strategy shifted to managing the dynamics of the event. Larger group settings were prioritized, allowing for reduced direct interaction. Seating arrangements were carefully negotiated. Arrival times, coordinated to limit casual conversations and public engagements structured to prevent moments that could be interpreted as warm. One senior aide described this approach as diplomatic distancing. At its finest, subtle enough to avoid open scandal, yet unmistakable to those paying attention, was a game of optics where every decision sent a message without ever needing to be explicitly stated. Camilla may have been crowned Queen Consort, but within the palace walls, the battle for influence and recognition was still being fought. One carefully planned engagement at a time. Passing on Diana's memory, when Prince William took part in the BBC documentary about Princess Diana's legacy, you anticipated the weight his words would carry. What seemed like a simple tribute soon revealed itself to be a careful message, one that unmistakably drew a contrast between his mother's legacy and the role his stepmother Camilla now plays within the royal family. His reflections on Princess Diana painted a picture of a woman who had redefined what it meant to be royal. He emphasized how she had managed to remain relatable and deeply connected with ordinary people, a quality that set her apart from the traditional royal image. Without mentioning Camilla directly, his words highlighted a difference between his mother's humanitarian approach and the more conventional role that Camilla represents. Royal commentators quickly picked up on these shades, recognizing how his emphasis on Princess Diana's warmth and compassion indirectly outlined the differences between the two women. Public reaction was immediate. Conversations erupted across social media, with many pointing out the implied comparisons. In his remarks, reports surfaced of an increasingly strained atmosphere at family gatherings, where the subject of Princess Diana's legacy had become an unspoken yet visible presence. The documentary had ignited something deeper, something that could no longer be ignored. Then came the summer of 2021 during the unveiling of Princess Diana's statue in Kensington Palace's sunken garden, which was an emotionally charged moment as Prince William stood before the statue. His voice carried a raw, unmistakable emotion. Those close to the palace noticed a significant detail. Camilla was absent. Her absence during such a meaningful event did not go unnoticed. stirring further speculation about the dynamics within the royal household. What followed was a series of strategic public appearances, each reinforcing the message that had already been conveyed while emotions ran high. Insiders revealed that Camilla was deeply affected by the overwhelming public focus on Princess Diana's impact, while her own contribution seemed overshadowed. For weeks, media outlets overflowed with stories celebrating Diana's influence, leaving little room for anything else. Prince William's tribute had not only honoured his mother, but had also ensured that her presence remained dominant within the monarchy, a reality that reportedly left Camilla struggling to define her own place. A particularly visible representation of this tension lies in the fate of Princess Diana's jewellery collection. Over the years, Prince William has made deliberate decisions regarding the pieces he chooses to pass down, ensuring that Catherine, rather than Camilla, becomes the carrier of his mother's legacy. This choice speaks volumes about the family dynamics and loyalties. One of the most symbolic pieces in this collection is Princess Diana's sapphire jewellery. When Catherine began wearing these cherished items, including the iconic engagement ring and the stunning sapphire suite, it was about much more than style. It was a statement, a way of preserving and continuing Princess Diana's legacy. Royal observers have noted Camilla's visible unease at major events, where Catherine appears adorned in these unmistakable heirlooms. Beyond symbolism, Prince William has also taken an active role in ensuring his mother's memory is deeply embedded in his children's lives. Palace insiders describe how he goes to great lengths to teach Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis about their grandmother through carefully selected stories, photographs, and personal artifacts. He ensures they understand the extraordinary woman. She was his commitment to keeping her memory alive. Is not just about paying tribute to the past. It is about shaping the future. This effort has reportedly created a noticeable strain within family interactions, particularly in relation to Camilla. Sources claim that her attempts to forge a close relationship with Prince William's children have been met with a polite but reserved response. Prince William has taken deliberate steps to ensure that Princess Diana's values remain at the forefront of their upbringing, sometimes at the cost of Camilla's influence over the younger generation. The distance between Camilla and the next generation of royals is evident. Insiders suggest that Prince William carefully manages the extent of his children's interactions, with her maintaining a level of separation that ensures Princess Diana's presence remains dominant, while the young royals display warmth and ease with other family members. Their relationship with Camilla remains distant. This contrast has not gone unnoticed, and signals that William is playing a long-term strategy that would secure his mother's legacy within the future of the monarchy. Every decision he makes, every tribute he pays, and every public gesture contributes to a carefully aligned vision of royalty, one where Princess Diana's influence is not just remembered, but remains an active force within the institution. The quiet struggle between past and present continues to unfold not through direct confrontations, but through choices, symbols, and the ever-watchful eyes of the public, no matter who stands beside his. Father Princess Diana's legacy will always shine through unshaken and everlasting. Prince William. Resistance to Camilla royal invitations have long been more than just ceremonial gestures. They are political control that shaped the power dynamics within the monarchy under Prince William's influence. This practice has become an art of communicating, where allegiances lie. His pattern of skipping gatherings, hosted by Camilla at Sandringham, is more than just a scheduling conflict. It is a deliberate strategy. Insiders observe how these absences align perfectly with other engagements, allowing Prince William to remain outwardly respectful while making his position clear. These calculated decisions affect everything from staff assignments to how events are reported in the media. One former royal aide noted that every instance of Prince William's absence tells its own story, and together they form a compelling reason. He does not need to voice his opinions outright. His choices speak volumes. His presence at family events is selective, often limited to occasions where King Charles takes the lead role by appearing only when necessary. He ensures that his position as heir remains central while simultaneously setting boundaries regarding Camilla's role. One of the most symbolic moves in this ongoing power play is Prince William's increasing reliance on Anne Mahal. His Norfolk retreat, this estate, a wedding gift from the late Queen, has become more than just a countryside getaway. It serves as a controlled space, a refuge where Prince William dictates who comes and goes. This residence has been strategically used to create a major distance from Camilla, reinforcing a division within the royal family during key holiday periods. This divide is even more apparent while traditional family gatherings at Sandringham and Windsor carry on. Prince William often chooses to spend these moments at Anne Hall. Instead, these decisions have not gone unnoticed, particularly because they coincide with times when Camilla might naturally expect to take on a grandmotherly role. Insiders describe this approach as a quiet but effective method of drawing lines within the family. He does not outright reject Camilla's presence, but he ensures that his household operates on its own terms, free from her influence. The battle for influence extends beyond personal choices and into the very imagery that represents the monarchy Prince William has reportedly played a key role in reshaping how the royal family is visually presented to the public. His stance on official portraits is particularly telling. Sources within the palace communications team reveal how discussions over royal photography and portraiture have become a delicate balancing act. Every decision about positioning, composition, and inclusion reflects a struggle over perception and authority. Prince William's preference for images that highlight the direct line of succession has resulted in a noticeable shift. Camilla's presence in official portraits is often minimized, whether by placement or by reducing the frequency of such images. One royal photographer noted how group shots are carefully arranged to create natural distance between certain family members, all while maintaining a sense of normality to the outside world. The public sees a well-composed image, but behind the scenes, each detail has been scrutinized to ensure that Prince William's influence remains dominant. Also, Prince William's control extends into the very infrastructure of the royal household. What may appear to be routine administrative decisions have in reality been strategic moves to limit Camilla's influence. Insiders reveal how Prince William has restructured royal offices, ensuring that his team operates independently of Camilla's sphere. This shift was executed with precision. He established direct communication channels that bypass traditional chains of command, creating what insiders refer to as a shadow court. This move ensured that decisions could be made without interference, solidifying his control over key aspects of royal affairs. Key staff members were relocated to offices directly under his supervision. However, this change did not go unnoticed. It was a clear signal that Prince William was carving out his own domain within the monarchy, separate from the Queen Consorts. Influence, perhaps the most revealing chapter in this ongoing struggle for power, is the controversy surrounding the Royal Lodge, while officially a matter of property management. This dispute became a battleground for deeper conflicts within the family. King Charles's plan to evict Prince Andrew from the Royal Lodge was met with an unexpected challenge, which is Prince William, his intervention in this matter was not solely about supporting his uncle. It was also a strategic move to counter Camilla's growing influence over royal estates. The discussions over this issue were reportedly intense. Sources describe heated exchanges where Prince William took a firm stance, ensuring that existing structures remained intact, rather than allowing Camilla to expand her reach. This move highlighted the complexity of royal alliances. Prince William was not simply acting out of familial loyalty. He was engaging in a broader effort to maintain the balance of power within the monarchy. His influence was evident in the way these decisions played out, effectively reducing Camilla's role in shaping the royal estate portfolio. These seemingly slight moves collectively paint a picture of a determined and strategic Prince William. His actions, though often quiet and understated, reflect a deep understanding of royal politics. Every decision he makes, from where he spends his holidays to how portraits are arranged, serves a greater purpose in reinforcing his position and ensuring the stability of the line of succession. This ongoing chess game within the palace walls is unlikely to end anytime soon. Prince William's calculated approach ensures that he remains firmly in control, shaping the future of the monarchy on his own terms. Camilla's influence, while significant, faces quiet resistance at every turn. The monarchy is evolving, but its internal struggles remain as intense as ever. Prince William's mastery of these silent power plays ensures that his vision for the royal family continues to take shape. One deliberate move at a time. The royal power struggle in the modern digital world. What is left unspoken often carries as much weight as what is openly shared. This concept plays out in a striking way through the carefully arranged social media presence of the Prince and Princess of Wales. Every post, every image, and every caption follows a deliberate strategy. What stands out the most is the noticeable absence of Queen Camilla from their official accounts, even in moments where she is physically present at royal events. Her visibility online remains limited. Insiders from the palace's digital team describe an intentional and strategic approach to every social media update. Nothing is posted without extensive thought, and sources confirm that Prince William himself takes a keen interest in how family relationships are portrayed. This selective representation reveals a quiet but powerful method of shaping public perception. The contrast becomes even clearer when compared to how other members of the royal family are featured. Some appear frequently, their engagements highlighted and promoted, while others, like Camilla, barely register a well-known social media. Analysts observe that modern storytelling is no longer just about what is shared. It is equally about what is omitted. The way Camilla is almost left out sends a message without a single word being spoken in an era where digital presence defines public identity. Her near invisibility on the Prince and Princess of Wales accounts is a statement in itself. This is a refined and sophisticated way of controlling the narrative, and it reflects a broader strategy within the royal household. Tensions within the monarchy reached new heights with the release of Prince Harry's memoir. Spare the Revelations in the book had a ripple effect on the royal family, but behind closed doors, the reactions were even more shocking. While Prince William publicly maintained a dignified silence, those within palace circles whispered about his private response. What surfaced was unexpected. Prince William, in private, reportedly shared some of his younger brother's concerns about Camilla, according to sources close to both princes. William's conversations in private echoed sentiments that Harry had expressed openly. He may not have been as outspoken as his brother, but there were moments when his silence spoke volumes, when other senior royals rushed to defend. Camilla, in the wake of Harry's accusations, William's refusal to publicly align himself with that defence stood out. One former palace aide even suggested that William had in earlier years voiced similar concerns about Camilla's role in shaping the royal narrative beyond personal feelings. The way Prince William and his team have managed the narrative around his mother. Princess Diana tells its own story. Publicly, he has always shown support for his father, but insiders suggest that, behind the scenes, he was deeply concerned about how certain writings and statements attempted to reshape Diana's legacy. The key to understanding William's strategy lies in how he responds, or doesn't respond. At critical moments, a well-constructed effort has been made to keep Princess Diana's perspective alive in the public mind. Whenever discussions about history threaten to overshadow her importance, little reminders emerge through well-placed sources. This is not mere coincidence, but a deliberate effort to prevent her memory from being diminished. The absence of any direct confrontation makes it all the more effective. One royal historian remarked that history is not just recorded. It is actively shaped by those who control the narrative, and William is ensuring that his mother's story remains central. In that shaping, perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this ongoing royal chess game is the way historical information resurfaces at precisely the right moment. Strategically timed leaks about the past appear when Camilla's public profile seems to be rising too prominently. Reports about the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. Old interviews and hidden details find their way back into public discussions. While there is never a direct link to Prince William himself, the patterns are hard to ignore. Those who study royal media strategies believe this is not accidental, but a sophisticated approach to keeping certain ideas alive without ever leaving a traceable fingerprint. The brilliance of this approach lies in the element of possible denial. Camilla's image suffers through these strategically resurfaced reminders, yet there is never direct evidence of who is behind it. It is a game played with headlines and historical accounts. And in this arena, Prince William appears to be outsmarting his opponents with quiet precision. Since the coronation of King Charles, this power struggle over media representation has taken on even greater significance. Insiders within royal communications detail the subtle but highly effective ways in which Prince William's team controls the media landscape, rather than openly diminishing Camilla's presence. They have mastered what one palace source describes as strategic overshadowing. The execution of this strategy is particularly fascinating. Major family announcements and high-profile engagements are often scheduled to coincide with moments when Camilla is set to receive media attention to an outsider. This all appears to be coincidental. However, those within palace circles recognize it as a well-placed effort. The brilliance of this method is that it never appears forced. It unfolds so naturally that the public never suspects manipulation yet. Behind the scenes, each move is calculated well in advance. A former royal correspondent once observed that watching the royal family's media strategy is like witnessing a masterfully played chess game. Every move is planned, multiple steps ahead, ensuring that the public's focus remains exactly where certain members of the family want it to be. This is modern monarchy at work, not through formal declarations, but through the careful curation of presence and absence. And in this digital age, where perception is everything, those who control the narrative ultimately shape history itself, preserving Diana's legacy. The ongoing battle over Princess Diana's charitable legacy has evolved into an intense power play within the royal family, with Prince William and Camilla at the center, while Camilla has spent years carving out her own space. Within the monarchy, Prince William has strategically positioned himself as the direct heir to his mother's humanitarian vision, This has not only cemented his status as a global leader in philanthropy, but has also quietly pushed Camilla's initiatives to the background when Prince William took over charities previously championed by his mother. He didn't just step into her shoes. He expanded her mission, ensuring that Diana's influence remained dominant in the public eye. One of the most significant examples is his involvement with Centerpoint, a homeless charity that was close to Diana's heart. His hands-on approach and high-profile advocacy have kept the organization in the spotlight, overshadowing other royal charitable efforts. Meanwhile, Camilla's own campaigns have struggled to attract similar levels of media, attention often playing second fiddle to William's initiatives behind palace doors. Tensions have risen over these competing interests. Insiders reveal that scheduling conflicts have become a frequent source of friction with Camilla's planned appearances, sometimes being eclipsed by Prince William's engagements. The pattern is clear whenever William champions. A cause that Diana supported, it dominates headlines, leaving little room for Camilla's work to gain traction. This strategic approach is more than just a tribute to his mother. It is a deliberate effort to maintain her legacy as the most influential royal figure in modern philanthropy. Nowhere is this power struggle more evident than in the contrast between Prince William's environmental work and Camilla's literacy campaigns. The Earthshot Prize, launched by Prince William to address climate change, has not only gained worldwide recognition, but has also drawn support from major figures across industries. This level of global influence has naturally shifted the monarchy's public focus toward sustainability and innovation, further sidelining Camilla's more traditional efforts. Within Camilla's circle, there is growing frustration over this dynamic. Sources indicate that her team has had to navigate increasingly difficult circumstances, as William's major announcements often coincide with her scheduled events. The perception is that William has mastered the art of commanding public attention, ensuring that his projects take precedence. Palace aides describe moments of visible tension during internal discussions with Camilla's supporters, feeling that her contributions are being consistently overshadowed. Observers have noted that this dynamic closely mirrors Princess Diana's own ability to captivate the public and outshine other members of the royal family, just as Diana redefined what it meant to be a modern royal. William appears to be following in her footsteps, using his platform to reshape the monarchy's image and influence. In doing so, he has created a space where Diana's vision remains at the forefront, often at the expense of others who seek to establish their own legacies. The lingering controversy over Princess Diana's infamous BBC interview further highlights this complex power play. While Prince William publicly condemned the unethical methods used to secure the interview, insiders suggest that his response was also a carefully calculated move by focusing on the misconduct of the BBC, rather than disputing the content of Diana's revelations. He managed to reinforce his mother's perspective without directly reopening old wounds. This approach placed Camilla in a difficult position. Any attempt to counter William's stance would have risked appearing insensitive to Diana's memory. At the same time, every renewed discussion about the interview inevitably brought attention back to her past role in the breakdown of Diana's marriage. This delicate balancing act demonstrated William's ability to use history to shape present narratives, ensuring that his mother's influence remains unchallenged. One of the most emotionally charged moments in this ongoing battle comes during Princess Diana's memorial events. When Prince William speaks at these gatherings, his words are chosen with great care, yet their impact is undeniable. He consistently emphasizes his mother's groundbreaking approach to royalty, celebrating her ability to connect with people on a deeply personal level. This narrative stands in stark contrast to Camilla's more conventional royal style, making these speeches more than just tributes. They are statements of legacy during the 20th anniversary memorial. William's heartfelt speech reportedly left Camilla visibly uneasy. His praise for Diana's commitment to being the Queen in people's hearts struck a particularly sensitive chord, given Camilla's current position as Queen Consort. These moments serve as reminders of Diana's enduring impact and reinforce William's role as the guardian of her legacy. Each time he speaks about his mother's contributions, he strengthens her place in history while challenging Camilla's influence within the royal family. This ongoing struggle is not just about charity work. It is a battle for historical narrative and public perception. Prince William's careful and calculated approach ensures that Princess Diana's presence remains as powerful as ever, while Camilla continues to face the challenge of establishing her own legacy in the shadow of the woman who redefined the monarchy. With each passing year, it becomes increasingly clear that Diana's influence is not fading. It is evolving, with Prince William leading the charge to keep her vision alive. What are your thoughts on William's effort to reduce Camilla's influence in the monarchy? Let us know your views in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to this channel before you go watch the other videos on your screen.